Well, hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the 14th episode of Series 2 of The Butterfly Effect. Good afternoon, watchers and listeners. We're so glad to have you back. Today, we are sponsored by Pursuit. Pursuit provides businesses with affordable loans and resources that can help you transform and grow. They are an Albany-based, community-focused lender, 100% invested in the success of their clients. If you are a small business owner looking for funds to start, grow, or recover, you can learn more at www.pursuitlending.com. This is an empowerment series where volunteer hosts interview inspiring women in our community. My name is Amy Aldrich, and today I am interviewing Krystal Einarsson, Krystal with a K, owner of Two Blue Eyes Photography. Welcome, Krystal.
Hi, thank you.
So glad to have you here.
Glad to be here.
And excited to talk to you. So just a very brief background on Krystal. She is a wedding and portrait photographer, Two Blue Eyes Photography. She's based here in Schenectady, but she also does a lot of work in central New York where she grew up. And she just absolutely loves capturing moments and memories and sharing those with her clients. So Krystal, let's start off with having you tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah. So I grew up in central New York. I ended up moving to the Albany area, and I was doing hair and makeup. I was a cosmetologist, and I was working with a local photographer and assisting him. And he asked if I could work weddings with him. And I've always wanted to get behind the camera rather than doing hair and makeup. So I started with that, and we call it second shooting. Um, so I would also photograph weddings. And 2017, my husband was like, excuse me, he said, you love it. Why don't you go do it on your own? So I made the jump, and the rest is history.
That's awesome. And when did Two Blue Eyes actually start?
2017.
2017. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, Krystal, who inspired you when you were young?
Honestly, it's so funny. Barbies. I was inspired by Barbies.
Tell me more.
By the beauty, and, just Barbie could be anybody. She could be a chef, she could be a waitress, Barbie was president. So that inspired me. It was like, you know what, Krystal, you can do whatever you want to do too. You can go out and you can be who you want to be.
That's fun. That's incredible. And Barbie is now very representative as well. There's all different types of Barbies out there, which is fantastic. And she's well over 50, I believe.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. How about a mentor? Have you had a mentor? Do you have a mentor?
Yes. Yep. So Jeff from J Foley Photography, he is the photographer that I started working with, and like he has been very open about teaching me, what he knows. I'm comfortable asking him anything about the business, about photography. He has shared numerous publications with me. He's like, here's a bunch of magazines, and I've learned so much, and I've grown so much from working with him, and we've developed a great friendship. So that definitely helps, and it's an honor to say I've learned from him and I still get to work with him. So it's really great, and I have found that, when you want to get into a field, if you can assist somebody and have somebody be your mentor and work with them, that's huge. Because then you can kind of dip your toe in the water and say, let me try this with you, rather than let me buy all the equipment, let me, jump into it. And what if you don't like it? What if it's just not, your flow, and you don't vibe with that thing that you thought you wanted to do? So that has definitely helped me to learn a lot and learn about who I am, and what I can do and what I like to do.
That's great advice. Almost like an apprenticeship.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next question's about, how you came to your job now, which you've really already answered, but I'd like to ask a different question. How has your job changed, or how have you changed your photography business over the last couple of years?
Um, Starting out, I was like, I will photograph whatever, babies, real estate, um, weddings, portraits, families, commercial stuff. Like I just was open to whatever, whatever I could photograph, And then after doing that for a while, I realized what I loved and what I really was not. I am not comfortable photographing newborns. I send those out, like that's just not my thing. I Babies are adorable and I love them, but I'm not a newborn photographer. So for me, understanding what really worked for me and what I was comfortable with and what I really felt like weddings, when I go, I go to the wedding and I'm just so inspired by seeing, all the people that come together and you just see love. On our website, the quote actually came from Michael, my husband. It's the most tangible, way to see love. You go to a wedding and you just see the happiness and just, you know, it makes me happy. And I'm like, okay, this is what I love doing. This is what I love capturing. And then going home and editing, and I get to see the love again. I get to be like, oh, I remember that moment, and they were laughing so hard, and they were all dancing together, and that just really that makes me feel like I'm on the right path.
That's great. We can never have enough of that in our lives, right?
Agreed. Agreed.
Awesome. All right. So how do you think your identity as a woman plays into your industry and how you perform in your industry?
Yes. So this was an interesting one for me to think about, because it's kind of male dominated. There are a lot of really strong female photographers that are coming onto the scene and that are very prominent. And I have found with some, not all female clients, but with some female clients, they'll say, we want to work with a female photographer. And my husband does work with me. So generally, I'll go with the bride getting ready, and he's with the guys, with the groom, depending on the wedding. And I find that some clients are just more comfortable having a female photograph them. Nothing against guys, because they're great male photographers that can make everybody very comfortable. But I think that it does kind of help to understand, like, as a female, how would I want to be photographed? And what poses would I want to be put into that are comfortable and flattering to me, and make me feel empowered as a woman, rather than, sometimes they can get a little sketchy.
Awesome. And this is an empowerment series, so that
Yeah.
fits in perfectly. Thank you for that. Based on what you know now, Krystal, what would you tell your 21-year-old self?
um don't cry. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. And sorry. um if what you want to do feels right for you, do it for you. Live your life for you. And there are going to be some haters, and there are going to be people that, are not going to be behind you, and maybe they're not the right people for you. But definitely, if you have a dream and you've found something that you've fallen in love with, something in your life, you know who you are, be who you are.
Absolutely. That clearly means a lot to you.
Yeah.
You clearly thought a lot about what you wanted your 21-year-old self to know. Awesome. So, kind of along that lines, is there anything in particular that you want other women to know?
um yes, along the lines of follow your dreams. There Find your support system. Ask for help. And I know that for me especially, it's very hard to ask for help. I know that, and I am not a biological parent, and I know that asking for help may seem kind of hard to do, or it's like, oh, but should I ask for help? Ask for help. Find your support system. Find your tribe. Find your people, and do it. Do it. Take if there's something that you've always wanted to do, you've always wanted to try. Because if you don't try, it's going to be a no, and you'll never know.
That is great. I've heard that several times in the last couple of interviews that I've done. Ask for help. It's okay. It's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength, isn't it?
Yeah, and it can be scary, but once you just try, and maybe the first person that you ask is not going to be able to help you, but they can lead you to somebody who can. They can lead you to your tribe.
Absolutely. And I think that's what this series is about too, is recognizing in women in the community that there are others out there that you can reach out to and can help you, and
Yeah,
exposing our YWCA viewership to a lot of different people who can help. So
very.
thank you for that. Thank you. What's an interview question that you've never been asked and would like to ask, and then answer it for me?
What brings you joy?
Tell me.
I've been thinking a lot about this because I feel like there are a lot of things. Um, Being outside, being in nature really allows me to, just connect with myself and to be grounded and just, you know, feel like even though we can be small in such a big world, we're still here. You're here, you're experiencing life. Go out and do it. Go and see the world, see things, have fun.
That's great. I always think of that tattoo commercial gone wrong, no regrets, right? No
Yeah,
regrets.
no.
That's become one of my mottos. No regrets.
Yep.
There's a lot of things. I know Krystal and have the pleasure of having known her for a couple of years, and a lot of wonderful, unique things about you. But what would you like to highlight as special talent? What excites you? What unique
Uh,
talent do you have?
so I am very much into like the paranormal and investigating and things like that. I am a huge fan of a podcast, Jim Harold's Campfire. I've been on there twice. It's ghost stories and things like that. I am just very into the unexplained. It's fascinating to me. I really try to keep an open mind, and some of my friends know I'm very into it, but other people may not know. Like, I'm so fascinated by it.
Wow. Have you ever attempted to photograph the paranormal?
Last weekend, actually,
I was
we were
going to
in
say,
Gettysburg, so we went out and we tried to do like our EVPs on our phone and take photos at the battlefield, and we're still a little skeptical on some things we saw, but I still have to go through the photos. So yes, we try.
very interesting. I was going to say, having Halloween just recently, you probably were super hyped up about that.
Oh yes, yep.
Wow. All right. Last question that I have for you. What is the best advice that you've ever received?
It is, and I wrote it down because I'm like I have to say it as is.
Say it loud so I can really hear
Okay,
it.
be true to yourself. And this gets kind of deep. At the end of the day, you are not going to wish you did what someone else wanted for you. You're gonna wish you lived your life for you. So, think about the things that you want to do and the things that make your soul happy, the things that make your soul shine. Do those things. Be that kind person to yourself and to other people. But live your authentic life.
That's great. Did you receive that from any particular person?
No, I when I was younger, something, I don't know where I got it from, but I was just thinking about things, and I'm like, you know what? At the end of my life, am I going to be like, oh, I didn't do that thing, my dad wanted me to do, or am I going to sit there and say, I didn't do what I wanted to do? So
That's fantastic advice.
try to remember that often for myself.
Yeah. Any particular thing on your bucket list that you absolutely want to make sure you do? I'm off the cuff now.
I would, and I was just writing this down, I would love to have a photo ad in Times Square. I would love to see one of my photos in Times Square on a big billboard.
Well, make it happen.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. I'm going down on Monday. You want me to check it out and see?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's a really fun goal to have. You'll make it happen, Krystal. I know you will. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for the time we had together today. And thank you to the YWCA, obviously, for hosting this wonderful episode and series. In closing, I would like to tell our audience that we are accepting nominations for the 39th Annual Achievement Awards. And the luncheon is going to be held in 2022 on March 4th at the Rivers Casino. So nomination forms are available right now on the YWCA's website. It's www.ywca-neny, Northeastern New York.org. That's ywca-neny.org. And they must be submitted by the 24th of November. So for those of you watching, and if you know someone who is an outstanding achiever, please take a look at the nomination forms and submit those to us so we can honor them. Have a great day, everybody, and appreciate your time again, Krystal. Take care.